17 starts. So she'll make her 18th start of the year. And Chris, she came so close to pitching that complete game yesterday in the opener, but again, it was just that misjudged fly ball that really did her and the Hofstra Pride in game one.
Absolutely, she was excellent in game one of the doubleheader yesterday. Carly Ernst took the mound in game two, but Emma Fallon this season so far, 3.57 ERA, 9-8 win-loss record in 25 appearances and 17 starts. She's pitched in 111.2 innings, 40 walks, 96 strikeouts for the Folsom, California native.
And so she'll take her warm-up tosses. Hofstra will be in the gray uniforms today with blue and white numbers that read Hofstra on the front. The infield will converge on just outside the perimeter of the circle. The outfield will break up. And leading off the game will be Jay Reitzman, the center fielder for the Charleston Cougars. Charleston in the black jerseys with maroon and white letters and numbers, as Fallon will take her time off the rubber. Now she'll step on, sit back and enjoy the Pride and the Cougars as Fallon goes to the line. The first pitch is upstairs, ball one, and we are underway.
Umpires today, Kevin Andrews is behind home plate, Robert Bloss at first, and Jay Breckbiel is at third.
Fallon sets. Here's the 1-0. Swung on the popped over towards the third base side. That'll go Fallon out of play. Count level at one apiece as Fallon gets her first strike. Infield leaving a gaping hole up the middle on the leadoff batter, Reitzman here, playing corner, like the corners tighten there on each side. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled away off the top of the netting, and so Fallon gets ahead 1-2.
Absolutely gorgeous day here in Hempstead, 77 degrees at first pitch.
Slight breeze coming up right now. We're obviously atop our press box here at Bill Edwards Stadium, so the wind playing a little bit of a factor, at least on our notes, but nevertheless, a beautiful day here. A lot of families coming out here as the 1-2 is on the outer half. Strike three called, and Emma Fallon strikes out her first batter of the game looking.
She knew it, too.
Yeah, Reitzman walked right away. No contest there from the leadoff batter, and that'll bring up Aussie Miller, the shortstop, batting second, batting from the left-hand side. As Fallon will take her time away from the mound. Infield will shift over a little bit towards the right. Here's the first pitch. That's downstairs to Miller. Count 1-0. Count 1-0.
Miller on the season hitting .328. She's got 2 homers, 21 RBIs, and she has 19 stolen bases.
She also has an 8-game hitting streak coming into this one, does Miller, as she'll swing and hit it in the air towards the right side, leaning towards foul territory, but it's the right fielders coming over and making the catch. Good effort there by Palacio, 2 down.
Really nice effort. She covered a lot of ground there and even came into foul territory to make that catch. Very nicely tracked ball there by Dalia Palacio.
So the start you want for Emma Fallon, 2 up, 2 down, will be the right-hand batter. Leila Langston, the catcher, batting third in this Charleston order. Fallon comes set. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, that's blooped in the air towards the left side. The center fielder, Villar, coming over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cougars against Emma Fallon. We go to the bottom of the first. Charleston, nothing. Hofstra coming to bat. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports. former CAA Rookie of the Week. She won it for the week of 318. And Charleston was a team that was pegged to finish dead last in the coaches poll, but a breakout season for Mathis is a big reason why they're exceeding those expectations so far.
Absolutely. 2.96 ERA, 7-11 record, 99.1 innings pitched, 19 starts, 20 appearances, 31 walks, 83 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting only .249 against her.
And so the right-hand pitcher will come set against Chelsea Villar, the leadoff batter for the Pride. The first pitch is right down the chute for a strike, 0-1.
Really nice pitch.
Yeah, Villar taking all the way on that one. She's had a great year for the Pride, 316 average coming into this one, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Had a big weekend against UNCW last weekend as well. The set for Mathis, here's the 0-1. That one runs upstairs, a bit of a rising fastball as the count levels at 1 apiece.
It's a little bit outside there, just miss a plate.
Mathis will step towards the perimeter of the circle, and now will come back on the rubber, both feet. She'll take her time, come set around the knees. Here's the 1-1 home. Fastball runs inside, squeezed her a little bit. Count goes to 2-1 in favor of Villar.
Chelsea Villar on the season, hitting .316, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. She leads the Pride in home runs.
Here's the 2-1 home to Villar. Swung, that's fouled away towards the right side. Pitch was on the outside corner as the count levels at 2 apiece from Mathis to Villar. Mathis with the 83 strikeouts on the year. Infield playing a little bit to the corners on the side. Big hole up the middle for Villar. Afterwards will be the aforementioned Anna Butler. We talked about her in the open, how good she's been, but the eyes are on Villar. 2-2. Swung on, popped up towards the right side. That'll fall into the stands. Count even still 2-2 as Villar fights it off. Still no score here in the bottom of the first. Leadoff batter Villar after the Pride and Emma Fallon get a 1-2-3 inning in the top half. Some of the crowd still filing in. Definitely
a bigger crowd than yesterday.
As you mentioned, just a beautiful day, too. That'll draw a lot more fans as well. Where else would you rather be? As the 2-2 is swung on, hit towards the left side. That'll go in towards foul territory beyond the Charleston bullpen. You look at this matchup here in terms of just how important it is for both teams. Mentioned it's big for the standings-wise going into this one to get that fast start for either team. After yesterday's game, Charleston goes to 13-7 in conference play. Hofstra 11-9. So both teams are in the running for the conference tournament, but this one could go a long way in the seeding picture for these two teams. 2-2 to Villar is right there. Strike 3 called. And so after Emma Fallon started the game with a strikeout looking, Mathis does the same.
Yep. And she knew it too. It was right down the pipe. It was a perfectly placed pitch. She's just gone swinging, or looking.
So here is Anna Butler, the first basewoman for the Pride, as Mathis will step off for a moment. Now comes set. The wind, here's the first pitch. Fouled away, straight back to the netting, 0-1 count.
Anna Butler this year hitting .322. 4 home runs, 28 RBIs. She leads the team in RBIs.
She had a pair of them yesterday in the doubleheader. You mentioned the 4 hits. She had 2 of them and had a double in that second game that was a Hofstra victory. 0-1 for Mathis. That is outside, ball 1.
Just nipped the outside corner there.
You're trying to nibble the plate there. We'll try to get a potential offer on the outside half, but to no avail for Mathis. She'll take her time, get set back up in a 1-1 count, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Mathis sets up the wind. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, that's hit out towards left field. Cannon going back, and she makes the catch on left field, and that's the second out. Helly Cannon had to move back a couple steps, but she was equal to the task. And so with 2 down, here is Alana Morse, the shortstop for the Pride, batting right-handed against the right-hand arm. 2 quick outs for both sides here to start the inning. Hofstra looking to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. Mathis's first pitch is swung on, pop back our way, but it's going to go in the stands out of play. 0-1. Yeah, we can see from Mathis so far in this one, she's pouring in the strikes, even though Villar worked a little bit of a longer at bat. She's just pouring in the zone here, trying to get those swings, get a couple of foul balls to set up to keep Hofstra on their heels early. Mathis, here's the 0-1. Fastball runs upstairs. Good take there from Morse. It's a 1-1 count.
Very good eye there from Alana Morse. Morse on the season hitting .368 with 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. She leads the team in batting average.
Yeah, .368 the high mark here. She's also slugging .509. Now, doesn't walk a whole awful lot. Only has 4 this year. As she'll swing on the 1-1 and foul it away towards the right side. Out of play. Count 1-2.
Her sister Brianna was also a bit of a contact hitter for the Pride. She really hit for average. But Brianna graduated from Hofstra last season.
Yeah, Brianna, a great member of the Pride for a couple of years. Now Alana still remains as she's in the count 1-2. The pitch fouled away a little bit late on that one at the letters. Count 1-2.
Alana currently a junior.
So it's a 1-2 count with 2 away here in this bottom of the first. Alana Morse at the plate looking to avoid a strikeout to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Mathis comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball runs upstairs, buzzed the tower a little bit, but Morse was able to avoid it, and the count will level at 2 apiece.
Pitch looked like it almost hit her, but she was able to get out of the way just in time.
It might have gone. I thought it would look like something where it would hit the barrel of the bat, like kind of like one of those crazy plays where it just like hits the bat or something and goes foul. Or
they call it a foul ball, yeah.
And so here's the 2-2, grounded towards the third base side. Scooped up there by Beat-a-Ball. She throws across the diamond, and the first basewoman, Paradis, is able to make the tag, and that'll retire the side. So both teams go down 1-2-3 in the first. We go to the second, still no score. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports.
In the next 30 seconds, a lot will happen at Hofstra. Small things, big things, weird things, the plan and the not so much, the whoa, the wow, the what? We know ideas have the power to change everything. That's why we work for them, reach for them, refine and rebuild. Ideas are always evolving, and so are we. Hofstra University.
This is the CAA on Flow Sports.
Top of the second here at Bill Edwards Stadium. Still no score between the Pride and the Cougars. Emma Fallon back to work for her second inning of work. She'll face the leadoff batter, Kennedy Rue, as she'll take off the plate ball 1. Both teams going down 1-2-3 in that first inning. Emma Fallon getting a strikeout, as did Mackenzie Mathis in their first frames of work. Fallon's motion. Here's the 1-0 home. Swung on, it's grounded over towards the shortstop side. Morse has it. She throws long across the diamond in time, and that'll retire Rue for the first out.
That was a nice play there by Alana Morse. Didn't really need to cover up too much ground and threw a strike over to first.
Yeah, she lined it up perfectly, make the perfect throw across to Butler for the putout, and that'll bring up Julia Sitterding, the second base woman wearing number 8, batting right in the middle of the order. Sitterding will square up for a moment, will presumably pull the bat back. First pitch, that swung on and hit in the air towards left side. Fitzgerald and Morse going for it, but it lands on the roof of the third base dugout, out of play, strike 1.
Sitterding on the season hitting .209. No homers. She's got 7 RBIs. And that's what we noticed a lot in the 2 games yesterday. That is her typical batting stance. She does square up before the ball, before the windup, and then she goes up and swings.
Pulls it back there. The 1-0 is just a touch up and in there from Fallon. Count even at 1 apiece.
We got Willie here today. one of the Hofstra mascots.
Yep, Willie Pride coming in to the stands on the first base side as the 1-1. Fallon pulls the string and gets a big swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Really drawing out the masses here. If you got Willie Pride here today, he's over there just cheering on his favorite team, the Hofstra Pride.
Obviously.
As here's the 1-2. That one's grounded over Fallon's glove towards second base. The throw over there from cancels in plenty of time, and that's the second out.
Really good stuff there from the Hofstra Pride defense so far to start this game.
Yeah, a lot of quick outs here for Fallon so far early in this one. Got the strikeout looking since then. All the balls that have, all the outs have come on balls in play. 2 fly balls and 2 ground outs, and that puts us here 2 outs, top of the second. This will bring up Carly Smith, the right fielder. She'll check swing at the first pitch. The appeal to third, no swing from the third base umpire, Jay Breckbeal. That's the first ball.
Smith on the season hitting .206, no homers, 6 RBIs.
Fallon looking for her second straight 1-2-3 frame to start the game. The 1-0. Pulled the string on that one as it swung on and missed. Count even at 1 apiece.
This is a Charleston team that does not hit a lot of home runs. They really hit for contact. You've really seen that so far in this series.
Yeah, a lot of contact here from this team early as the 1-1 falls in there for a strike. Off-speed pitch there from Fallon, 1-2 count.
It's a big pitch here for Fallon.
Yeah, this is a strikeout-heavy bottom of the order. You look at it, you have 3 players with 20-plus strikeouts down near the bottom as the 1-2 is grounded right back to Fallon. She did not handle it on the fly, but she recovers and gets the quick ground ball out. 1-2-3 go the Cougars as we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score between Hofstra and Charleston. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Welcome to Baikal Chevy of Valley Stream, a family-owned dealership dedicated to providing an exceptional car buying experience. Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are committed to building strong customer relationships and ensuring your needs are met efficiently. We understand that your time is precious, so we've streamlined our process to make your visit efficient and enjoyable. Come visit us today at 709 West Merrick Road, Valley Stream, New York.
We go to the last of the second here at Bill Edwards Stadium. No score between Hofstra and Charleston. Both pitchers coming out to play early. Emma Fallon getting the Cougars 1-2-3 in both innings. And now Mackenzie Mathis will look for her second straight 1-2-3 inning to start this game.
Absolutely. The pitching has been on point so far to start this game from both teams. And it's all up to Delia Palacio to hopefully break up whatever these two pitchers have started.
Mathis, the one pitcher who didn't go in yesterday's twin bill, getting the start today for this Charleston team as she'll come set. And here's the first pitch to Palacio, swung on, fouled away, left side. Count 0-1 as it hits off one of the trees beyond the grandstands.
Palacio on the season hitting .314. No homers on the year, but she's got 15 RBI.
She also has a 12-game hitting streak coming into this one. As Mathis will take her time off the mound. Now comes set. Here's the 0-1 to Palacio. Swung on, hit towards the left side. That'll go foul beyond the dugout and towards the retired numbers in left. Count 0-2 in favor of the Charleston righty. 4, 5, and 6 due up in this inning. Palacio followed by Olivia Malinowski, the designated player, and Mackenzie Fitzgerald, the third basewoman.
Mackenzie Fitzgerald hit third in both games yesterday. She's hitting 6th today.
Mathis winds. Here's the 0-2 home. Outside on the fastball. Waste pitch there as it goes to 1-2 now as Palacio gets back in it.
Hofstra going with the same guys from the doubleheader yesterday, but a bit of a different order. Palacio hit 5th yesterday, and she's hitting 4th today.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew it by her on the outer half, and that's the second strikeout of the day for Mathis, and that's the first out.
A really good start here for Mackenzie Mathis, the freshman.
Yeah, that was I think that might have been the spot that she was looking for on the last pitch there, because you noticed she went on the she missed the outside corner. That time she came a little bit closer, and that one had a little bit more bite to it too, Palacio. And so the left-hand batter wasn't able to connect on it, and that's the first out. Here's Olivia Malinowski, the designated player. Right-hand batter wearing double 9. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, fouled away to the right side. That's strike 1. And Malinowski had a real breakout day yesterday when it comes to her second game. She had 3 RBIs in the second game of yesterday's doubleheader.
So far in the season, she's struggled a little bit, hitting 129. No homers, 7 RBIs.
Mathis here facing Malinowski. Here's the 0-1 home. That swung on the outer half, fouled away right side. Count now 0-2 in favor of Mathis, who continues to pour in the strikes early in this one.
Strikes early and often in this game. Hofstra jumping on a lot of pitches to start.
Mathis looking for back-to-back Ks. She'll sweep the rubber a little bit. Now comes set. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled back our way. Oh, that landed right by us. Chris, that landed our booth.
That almost hit me.
You got to bring. That's why you bring glove with you to the ballpark, partner. That's why you do. That's why you bring yourself a glove. Chris now will just pick it up and come away with it. See, there he is. He's got the ball. That's fantastic. As the 0-2 is just a touch above the letters. Count 1-2. You know, Chris, we're obviously members of WRHU, Radio Hofstra University. That's probably the closest I've ever come to having a ball come our way. When I was doing one of the Long Island Ducks games, we did have a ball, we have a broadcast suite in the suite level where we sit along the first base side. As the 1-2 is a hair inside, 2-2. We were doing some social media content for Hofstra, and they had a window in front of us that's open. They had it open for the first inning. They closed it in the second, and I think it was in the bottom half. A baseball came right our way, but off the front of the window and fell out of the suite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was me and Kenny Foreman on the call. It's you don't see that every day. That was the closest I ever came to getting a ball during a game, as it's fouled away to the right side again. Still 2-2. Yeah, so things you don't see every day as my partner Chris Linney comes up with a foul ball. When am I going to get one?
I've caught a home run ball before at an Oakland Athletics game.
Ooh, nice. Who hit it?
Brandon Moss back in 2013.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever heard about that. I'll look up on Baseball Reference. That one's fouled away again, well short of our broadcast booth. And so it'll be 2-2 still as Malinowski working a really good at-bat here, fouling a couple pitches off against Mathis. Still early in the ball game, 1 out, 2-2 count. Hofstra going 4 up, 4 down. Charleston 6 up, 6 down so far in this one. Mathis working a long at-bat here against Malinowski with Mackenzie Fitzgerald on deck.
I was also close to catching another one in that same game, hit by Luis Valbuena.
That name I'm more familiar with, Luis Valbuena. 2-2. And Malinowski swings and misses on that fastball. Outer half, strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Mathis. So 2 away. That'll bring up Mackenzie Fitzgerald, the right-hand hitting third basewoman. And Chris, you mentioned it. Hofstra changing a little bit of the order of the personnel. Fitzgerald batting higher in the lineup yesterday, batting 6th in Coach Clark's lineup today.
Malinowski was batting 7th all day yesterday. She's batting 5th today. And DeRazio was batting 6th all day yesterday. She's batting 7th today.
That first pitch downstairs to Fitzgerald. It's a 1-0 count. And a busy day here on the North Campus of Hofstra University, right across our way. The Battle of Long Island is underway in baseball. Stony Brook and Hofstra meeting on the diamond. But over here, it's Charleston making the trek to Hempstead as that 1-0 is popped up. That's going over our heads, foul. Count even at 1 apiece.
Oh, and right behind us, Fitzgerald on the season hitting .287, 3 homers, 20 RBIs.
And this is about to be Mathis's 30th pitch of the game here. So really, even if they don't get a run across here, it's a successful inning to work that pitch count up, as Mathis has really been comfortable early. She'll wind the 1-1. Swung on, that's hit towards the left side. That'll go foul off the top of the dugout. Count now 1-2 as Mathis looks for a shutdown inning, striking out the side in the process.
The wind kind of pushed that ball a little far off to the left.
Yeah, the wind is blowing in a little bit today. It's not like we can obviously feel it from our perspective. Our papers are sort of shifting around a little bit here for our notes, but a little bit of slight breeze, nothing too crazy, but it's definitely could impact like those kinds of plays where the wind has to knock it down.
It is not as windy as it was yesterday.
And that 1-2 is hit right back up the middle. That gets down for a base hit for Mackenzie Fitzgerald, and the Pride get their first hit of the day as Fitzgerald reaches.
First hit of the ball game goes to the Hofstra Pride as Mackenzie Fitzgerald got a pitch that she liked, and she drove it into center field.
And so here comes the Hofstra catcher, Gemma Durazio here, right-hand batter, as Fitzgerald will stand at first base. Fitzgerald not much of a threat to run. She does have one steal, but that was her only try. 2 outs, runner on first, the first pitch, as Durazio takes the strike on the outer half, 0-1.
Gemma Durazio on the season hitting .261. She's got 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Good numbers for the freshman.
Yeah, the freshman, especially taking over in the platoon where it's Malinowski and Becca Valancourt last year, the 2 strong catchers for the Pride, as that 0-1 is right there for a strike, taken 0-2.
Well, Malinowski is still on the team this year, but Becca Valancourt graduated last year.
Yeah, it comes just sometimes you have to have a good tandem of catchers here. Malinowski had the strong offensive year last year, and Durazio filling in nicely. She's down to count 0-2 and takes upstairs, ball 1.
Also, something you like to see, the North Shore University Hospital is actually at the game today, catching some softball action.
Yeah, a lot of youth softball players as well coming out for this one. Big, solid crowd here at Bill Edwards, catching some series finale softball as the 1-2 is downstairs. Good take by Durazio. She draws even 2-2. Nicole Cancel on deck. She'll be next if needed. Infield playing a little bit in corners, sort of playing back a little bit. Now they're backing up with a big hole up the middle. It'll be a 2-2 count. Mathis winds. Here's the offer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the express by her upstairs, and that'll retire the side. As Mathis gets 3 strikeouts, Hofstra gets a hit and strands 1. We go to the third with no score right here on Flow Sports. Thank you.
Thank you. Got a little souvenir.
Can we post that on like the socials or something where it's just like, can we like get the clip of that or something? Because yeah, you're good. I just texted in the group chat, Chris got a foul ball.
The Association of Wild Cows.
Into the third we go here in Hempstead. Hofstra and Charleston, still no score as both pitchers have been on their games early. Emma Fallon going 6 up, 6 down to start the game, and Mackenzie Mathis striking out 3 batters in the bottom of the second. And Fallon will go back on the hill looking to keep it going. She'll face 7, 8, 9 in this Charleston order. It starts with Bryceland Beatenball. Right-hand batter. The first pitch home is swung on and missed, a breaking ball. 0-1 to Beatenball.
Bryceland Beatenball on the season for the freshman. She's hitting .128. She's got 1 home run, 5 RBIs.
0-1. That one is just a touch above the letters as the count levels at 1 apiece. Not a bad pitch there by Fallon to get the take, but just missed her spot a little bit up.
Bryceland Beatenball came into the game, the second game yesterday, as a pinch runner.
And she'll swing at the 1-1, hit it over towards short, and caught with ease over there by Morse for the first out.
Nice play there by Alana Morse. The ball was hit right at her. And Emma Fallon so far, retiring the first 7 batters that she has faced.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of those quick outs too as well. That was only a 1-1 pitch that she got the liner to short, and this will be the number 8 batter, Sarah Paradis, coming up. She'll swing at the first pitch and foul it away. 0-1.
Sierra Paradis on the season hitting .248. She's got 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. I believe she leads Charleston in home runs with 3. This is a team that does not hit a lot of home runs.
You are correct. She does have the lead in home runs. Three coming into this game. As she'll square up on the 0-1, Morse takes the charge there as Fitzgerald gives way, and the throw is true to Butler. 2 up, 2 down in the third.
Fallon is working very quickly through these hitters today, and you can tell that she looks very comfortable out there on the mound right now.
Yes, pouring in the zone, getting those quick outs. It was a little bit of, I wouldn't call it an excuse me swing, but it was like a little bit of a short swing. She may have thought the better of it. So it'll be the number 9 batter, Hallie Cannon here, the left fielder, taking away ball 1.
Emma Fallon from Folsom, California, which is about an hour northeast of Sacramento.
And that one is swung on, hit out towards right field. Going back is Palacio. It's over her head, and that's the first hit of the game for Charleston as Cannon goes into second base standing up, and that's a 2-out double for Charleston on their first hit of the game that goes for extra bases.
Fallon retiring the first 8 batters she faces, and then she gives up her first hit of the game.
Yeah, it was a well-struck ball out towards the right side, hit off the NCAA tournament logo, the tournament mark out there in right field. Just a little bit of carry over the head of Palacio there. Good job getting in quickly. So 2 away, the lineup will turn back up to the top. Jay Reitzman will dig in, who struck out looking her first time up.
Hofstra has made the tournament 16 times.
And that first pitch from Fallon is in there for a strike on the inner half, 0-1.
Their most recent tournament appearance was back in 2023. They've only won 1 tournament game in their history.
And the 0-1 is bunted back to Fallon. She has it. She throws over to first high and not in time. Good bunt execution there from Jay Reitzman, getting over towards the third base side. Fallon leaving the mound, but not able to get there in time. And that'll be runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Reitzman with a really nice play there to keep the inning alive and using her speed to get to first base. She leads Charleston in stolen bases. I believe she is one of the top players in the CAA in stolen bases. She's got 22 on the season in 24 attempts.
And so that'll bring a meeting out to the mound as the Hofstra coaching staff will go out to pay Fallon a visit. Again, retiring the first 8 batters of the game, then letting up a double towards right center, and then the bunt single. So a little bit of hard contact, a little bit of soft contact has Fallon in this predicament as the coaching staff look to slow things down a little bit here as Austin Miller comes to the plate. Miller 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out in foul territory her first time up as the Pride will look to approach this a little bit. And Miller's someone who also has really good speed, left-hand batter, and she's 19 for 23 on stolen base attempts, so she can fly down the baseline, so an infield play would be tough to convert with the 2 speedy runners at first and at the plate. So it'll be on Fallon to get this third out here, keep the game scoreless going into the bottom of the third as the umpiring crew will go out to break up the conversation.
Yeah, the top 2 in this Charleston lineup can really fly.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's not a team that necessarily hits for a lot of home runs, but Miller doesn't really hit for extra bases all that much. 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 homers coming into this one with slugging percentage of .440 to go along the .328 batting average for the year. Now she'll dig in. Fallon looking to escape the inning. The first pitch. That one's upstairs away, ball 1. Big spot early in this one. Cannon at third, Reitzman at first, and now the runner's going over towards second base, and now the throw will go over, and she's in a rundown. The runner breaking for the play. They have to keep an eye on that. The run will score, and now the play over to second base. The tag is applied, and the inning is over. The run does count as a good base running work there at first base by Reitzman. Gets Charleston their first run of the game. We'll go to the bottom half of the third. 1-0 Cougars right here on Flow Sports.
Charleston did that in the first game.
Yeah, so
in the first inning to make it 2-0.
Yeah, you could talk about that when we get back. Mm-hmm. Bottom of the third here in Hempstead. Charleston breaking the ice in this one, 1-0. As for the second straight game, we were talking about this during the second straight day, that the Cougars steal a run to open the scoring.
Yes, absolutely. And they did that in the first game as well at the end of the first inning, an intentional pickoff to try and bring a run home. That is very high baseball IQ by Jay Reitzman at first base.
Yeah, just ran into the rundown, but it was a position where she had to keep it going long enough to get the runner over at third base. That was Cannon to get the chance to come home to score, which she did perfectly to draw it out a little bit. She was able to get the run home and keep it out enough so the tag could be applied. So the at-bat for Austin Miller will be on hold for a little bit as Mackenzie Mathis goes back out to the mound here looking for a shutdown inning after being staked to the lead.
Absolutely. Mathis has been excellent so far in this game and all season long for the freshman. She has been fantastic.
So Mathis will face 8, 9, and 1 in the Hofstra order to start things off. Lily Yepes, Nicole Cancel to start the inning, followed by Lily Yepes and Chelsea Villar back up at the top. The threesome here for the Pride to start off this third inning. There's a quick conversation here on the mound among the infielders and catchers. Adrian Clark is having a meeting with the umpires here. Not sure what the discussion is about out as the teams change sides. So the run will count, but not sure what the discussion here is about.
Yeah, I wonder what they're talking about over there. Whether she's asking them to review a play or...
Yeah, I can't imagine it's gonna be a review. I guess she was asking for a potential explanation there, because the one thing about that rundown play, the ball got back to Fallon before she could throw over. Like, she couldn't get set. She got the ball. It was like, I think it's like a live ball, dead ball question for the umpiring crew. I guess they're trying to figure out right now. So, coach talking things over with the umpiring crew once again. Kevin Andrews, Robert Bloss, and Jay Breckbeal, your umpiring crew today, as she'll look for confirmation on the explanation from the umpires. It looks like that'll break up the conversation, and the umpires will talk things up a little further. It looks like now they're calling over somebody from the Charleston side here to talk things out.
This game's in a little bit of a delay here as umpires are discussing, I believe it was the previous pickoff play.
Yeah, that's probably the matter here. The two teams went on as if they were going to change and play the bottom of the third inning. So we're going to wait and see what the official verdict is. I don't know if this is a reviewable or overturnable play. As the conversation now shifts right in front of home plate and in between the plate and the circle. Again, this is a big call here in this game. You think about it, because Charleston stealing that run. They did it yesterday. You mentioned it here to get that second run of that first inning. So this is a big call here, trying to go with a similar idea to yesterday, but we'll see if they were able to stay within the lines of the rules. As we get ready for this inning again, 8, 9, and 1 due up once this inning begins. Oh, it looks like we might be going to a review here. They're heading back towards the first base side. Oh, it looks like they might have taken the run off the board. They're calling Charleston back in. Yeah, they're calling Charleston back in, so I don't know if they're going to review it or if they might take the run off the board, but it looks like Hofstra may have caught a break potentially.
And it would be a huge break for Hofstra.
No, but it looks like they're calling in. It looks like they're going to go to a review here on the first base side, going towards the Hofstra bullpen here as they'll get a better look at it here. Yeah, they're gonna head over towards the Hofstra bullpen here and look it over here, as it looks like for now the run is still on the board. It's still 1-0, but obviously now we just have to wait for an official decision. I'm guessing based off of this conversation, Chris, it's going to be a matter was Fallon able to make the play? Was she able to get set, and was it a legal move to go? Was it a legal move to potentially get set up and make the throw over?
It's definitely going to be an interesting call here, whatever they do end up making.
Yeah, it looks like the umpires are going out towards center. Yeah, the umpires actually left the field, actually, it looks like. They're going out towards center field. Not sure what the decision, not sure what's going on here as they're going out towards center. I don't know if they're going to review the play or if they're just going to, or are they just going to check something out or something. I don't know if there's a predicament. And now it looks like Hofstra's heading over towards right field. I don't know if they're just going to get some sprints in and keep themselves fresh, but this is a really interesting situation, Chris. I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea what's happening here.
Yeah, our SID Nick Capados just went downstairs. We'll relay you any subsequent information once we get it regarding this game. Again, it was just a seemingly harmless pickoff play, and now Hofstra's going to go into a team huddle in right field. Yeah, so we'll be in a bit of an indefinite stoppage. Okay, so it looks like we. All right, so we'll explain the situation further when we get back. But for now, we'll take a quick timeout. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports.
Welcome to Landtech, the leader in sports athletic construction for over 44 years. We design, we build, we win. From vision to victory. From the street to the pros. Landtech's passion for sports and construction drives us to deliver championship-level results every time. With Landtech, you get a construction and design powerhouse. From blueprints to bleachers, grass to gridiron. We build communities, careers, and champions from the ground up. We are Landtech.
All right, we are back at Bill Edwards Stadium. A little bit of an official review stoppage here. So we got an explanation from an official, and it seems like the argument that's going on with this play right now, according to the rule book, Emma Fallon, from the play that the run came across to score, she got the ball back in the circle. So then when she got the ball back in the circle, the runners from first started to go, and the only option would have been to throw to second as if it was a play. So therefore, she it over in time, and the run would not count. So the umpires are looking over the rule book just to confirm that. But if as it stands in the rule book, if the call is confirmed, it will be a situation where the run does not count, and the runner at second is out, and the inning is over either way. So the inning is over, but now it's a matter of will the run count, which according to the rule book, it probably shouldn't.
I don't know if it should count because, I mean, obviously she had the ball in the circle, but it all depends on when she got the ball over to second base.
Yes, because then it becomes the force play, and then you have the runner coming over. So if originally it originally looked like from the assumption that the assumption was that there was a run down, and she was able to run down that got the run across, but and then that the inning is over. So the umpires are conferring with the rule book just to make sure that call is the right call, and just to make sure everything is right. So we're in a bit of a stoppage right now as the umpires look to check the rule book here just to confirm, as Hofstra is in right field. Looks like they're playing around with a little bit of a small ball here, trying to doing a little bit of a keep it up game in the meantime, as Charleston's also waiting along the side. They're waiting along the left side in front of their dugout here. So this is a situation, Chris. They say this all the time in baseball, softball, whatever kind of game. You see something new every time you go to a sporting event, and this is something that I've never seen before, but this is quite an interesting situation here when it comes to this game.
Very interesting situation, and like you said, it's going to a sporting event is never the same experience.
Yeah, you talk about just sometimes you get the great wins, sometimes you get the great games, but you also see the plays you just never see before. Like, it's just that's the beauty of live sports sometimes. It's something different every time you go.
And sometimes you get unfortunate enough to see a blowout loss.
Yeah, you get those kinds of games. You get the heartbreaks, you get the great moments and everything, the great moments, the bad moments, the technicalities. I could speak from my experience of just being in the great moment, good and the bad times as a Mets fan, going to a lot of playoff games and everything. Last year I've mentioned this to you and a couple of my friends, but like being there for Game 4 of the NLDS when they won, that was one of the highest highs of my life. I'm not gonna mince words. And well, yes, by the same token, in 2022 I was there for that wild card series against San Diego. That was really rough being there. I was there for the bookend games. I didn't even see Game 2, so it's like sports. It's an emotional experience, and as much as it is an emotional experience, it's also a unique viewing experience.
Absolutely. Well, as a Giants fan, I'll never forget the moment when I was at the game and Travis Ishikawa hit that home run to propel them to the World Series.
Absolutely, and that World Series was an absolute classic.
It really was.
Yeah, talk about what Madison Bumgarner did in that World Series. They're going out there doing the yeoman's work on the mound in Game 7. Just a fantastic series. I mean, my mom. Not to be adversary here, Chris. My mom was a bit of a Kansas City Royals fan growing up, so I was kind of rooting for the Royals that year. But they did wind up getting their revenge on the Mets that year. That World Series was such a complicated relationship because my mom loved George Brett growing up as a player, and she really liked the Kansas City Royals going to spring training every year. But that's just like, yeah, she's a Mets fan, but she also has ties to the Royals. It's sentimentality. That's like, I wouldn't say house divided, but it's a tough situation. Definitely
is a tough situation when you have animosity in a family full of sports fans.
I wouldn't say animosity because my mom is a Mets fan. She loves the Mets, but like, yeah, so it's like that kind of situation where you have like the slight rooting interest in one team and your absolute favorite team is on the other side. That's where things become a little bit complicated. But yeah, that World Series was definitely one to forget when it comes to that performance. But the Mets are 13-7 right now, and they're hoping to keep up the expectations here as they got a great walk-off win yesterday. Francisco Lindor with the moonshot to right field.
Absolutely, that was a great home run by Francisco Lindor. A great game in general.
Yeah, it really was
fantastic.
Night. Yeah, it was fantastic. Both teams making timely pitches, getting timely hits, everything really. Great game. Great to have baseball back in New York, but for now the focus on the softball field, as it looks like the umpires just got their confirmation with the rule book, and we should be getting our official determination soon. Again, with the situation, Fallon got the ball back in the circle. The play was supposed to be to second on a force out, and so the out ideally was recorded before the run came across to score. And so once we get confirmation, it could be a nothing game, and so it looks like they're calling representatives from both sides over just to give the official explanation. Nick Capados, RSID as well down there. We'll get confirmation from him once we have it. And so here's the explanation. So following up, the play was a force out to second base. The throw was made over, and so the inning would have been over with no run scored. However, in the situation, they kept going as if it was a typical rundown, and then the rundown did generate the run. But now it's a matter: did the force play come before? Did the force play that's in the rule book come before the run came across to score? As we'll await the further explanation, your umpiring crew has their hands full right now as we await the official decision here. Both teams just waiting for the official explanation here, as we just really complicated situation here with the rule book and everything. So we're going to be going to the bottom of the third one way or another, but the question is, what will the score be? And this is going to be quite an interesting call here once we get it. Obviously, just going back to the hard rule book and everything, that kind of situation, you have to check it out and everything. Definitely brought a little bit of a delay. So we'll also wait that decision. The Hofstra offense getting ready to get their cuts. You can see we can see Nicole Cancel on the right side, waiting just beyond the on-deck circle on the first base side. This type of situation, Chris, though, I'll ask you about this. If you're a player in this kind of situation, you have a long delay, like official review or something like that, how do you keep fresh in a moment like this where you don't know what the score is going to be, you don't know when you're going to resume, just so much confusion on the field? How do you just keep your head in the game?
You got to obviously stretch out and warm up, obviously. That's mainly what you got to do. Keep yourself in shape for when this game comes back.
Yeah, we saw it earlier in right field. Hofstra was playing like a keep-it-up style game. There were a couple players on the Cougars side stretching on the third base side as the umpires continue to confer. Again, for now, it's a 1-0 ball game with Charleston out in front before the next pitch is thrown, but we'll wait and see what the official score is. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of throwing in the left side and the third base bullpen as well. Looks like, yeah, it looks like that's just it's just Mackenzie Mathis keeping herself fresh. That's another thing that has to play into it, like with the pitching as well. Because like if you're a pitcher, you do your whole routine, you're working fast, you're going up and down, you're getting your ups. But now here for Mathis, it's a matter of like this game's been delayed probably for about 10-15 minutes. I lost track of time, but this has been a bit of a lengthy delay, and so it's a matter of how you keep yourself, like just a matter of keeping yourself fresh in this kind of predicament.
It is currently 1:51.
Yeah, it's 1:51 Eastern right now as we await the resumption of this game. It's been a couple of minutes. As Coach Clark continues to talk with the umpires. Once again, your crew, Kevin Andrews, Robert Bloss, and Jay Breckbeal, talking things over here in Hempstead here. And once again, a beautiful day for softball here. Some nice sun out here. It looks like we got an official. We have our verdict. Here comes Coach Clark over towards the first base dugout, and the representative from Charleston asking for a little further explanation.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be too happy about this call, so that means that Hofstra just got a pretty big break here.
And here's the break on the third base side. It looks like the discussion is over. The umpires still doing a little bit of a look at the rule book. They have the pamphlet in front of them. They have the rule book with them as well, so they're just going to double check everything, make sure all the rules are double check to make sure everything is done. It looks like, yeah, it looks like now someone from now looks like there's gonna be a phone bought into discussion. It looks like they're gonna show the replay. Oh, now it looks like we got a phone call going on. One of the umpires is going back beyond the conversation. He's on the phone, so I guess now we're getting another arbitrator involved in this discussion.
We very well could be getting that.
Yeah, I don't know if this. Yeah, obviously we can only speculate what the conversation is going on down there. But yeah, now Coach Clark re-enters the fray. It's a little bit of a sunny day, obviously, so a little bit extra suntan here for us here at the top here. Obviously, I needed summer right around the corner, but this is like really one of the best days for an April softball game. Really is beautiful. It's buzzing it's close to the 80-degree mark, 77 degrees right now. You really can't ask for a much better day than this for a Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely. This is the perfect weather to be playing softball in.
Yeah, I have my fair experience with softball. I was on my work softball team. I was the bench warmer, unfortunately. I wasn't necessarily someone that played every day, but
the Chick-fil-A softball league.
Yes, the Chick-fil-A Smithtown softball team. That is correct. I was the bench warmer for that team. A lot of my buddies were on that team. It was still a good time. Didn't win a single game because we were playing guys who were probably like 20 years older than us. It was like guys and dad bods, but it was still fun. Obviously, the environment and everything, just being with your friends, it's always great to have that kind of connection. Although I will say, I do have experience commentating softball beyond here because our operator has two stores, one Smithtown, one in Comac. And what I did is, obviously, I'm not the best softball player. I'm not the most athletic when it comes to that kind of things. So I was the commentator for that game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I sort of we had a loudspeaker to play music. They bought a microphone, and I was just being being the commentator and everything. It's just being that kind of yapper, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't say Bob Uecker in Major League, but there was a lot of like fourth wall breaks, just kind of like making some jokes and everything, making some fun jabs at some of my coworkers, but it was definitely a fun experience. It looks like a little celebration here on the third base side. It looks like they might have gotten good news. It looks like the run might count. We'll get the official decision in just a moment. But either way, it looks like we might be getting close to a resumption here as the Cougars take the field once again. Once again, the all-black uniforms with the maroon and white letters and numbers.
Yeah, it looks like we might be getting a resumption to this game.
And again, we mentioned it. Mackenzie Mathis, who has been brilliant today in this game so far for the Cougars, back on the mound here inside the circle. She's been fantastic. Struck out the side.
The run does count. It's 1-0.
Yep, there's the official decision. The run does go on the board, so it will be a 1-0 game after all the pomp and circumstance. And now we'll just about get set to resume here. Mathis, I'm assuming will probably get all the time she needs here, because this is, again, it was probably a good like 15, 20 minute delay. So now she'll probably have to go back up, do her abridged warm-up routine here, and possibly get ready to face 8-9-1 in the Hofstra batting order. So Adrian Clark will head back towards the first base dugout, here as the Pride will look to rally from 1-0 down as we continue to wait here. It looks, yeah, the umpiring crew is back in position, so it's just a matter of waiting. Looks like now they're going to break the slight huddle on inside the circle. So quite an interesting sequence of events here. You have the run coming across that does count. After the rundown there, that does count. You have the whole official review, and now we're set to resume here after the delay here in Hempstead. It will be Nicole Cancel here starting off this inning for the Pride. Mathis here, first pitch on her way. That is down and away. That'll make it a 1-0 count to Cancel. We are back underway.
Cancel on the season hitting .262. He's got no homers, 8 RBIs.
Yeah, solid season for the sophomore. Contact hitter coming up to hit. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-1 as Mathis gets her first strike back. After Cancel, it'll be Lily Yepes and Chelsea Villar due up in this inning for the Pride. As Hofstra, as both dugouts a little bit more rejuvenated here after the stoppage. Here's the 1-1 to Cancel. Swing and a miss. That's a fastball upstairs, and it's 1-2.
She just missed that one. She had good timing on that swing, but just blew right by her.
Yeah, a little bit over her bat there as she was unable to come up with it. So she's down to count 1-2, the second base woman for the Pride. Mathis sets up. In the motion, the delivery. Upstairs, fastball. Count even at 2 apiece. Cancel decent speed at the plate. She's 2 for 2 on steals, so she could find a way to drop one down and get on quickly if she gets there out of the box. But still a 2-2 count. The line delivery. Swung on, fouled away, third base side in the trees beyond the grandstand. Count even at 2-2. So 1-0 game, 2 hits and 1 run for Charleston. No runs on 1 hit for the Pride as we head back into play, bottom of the third. Here's 2-2. Swung on, fouled away again towards the third base side. They'll do it again. So another decent at-bat here for the Pride. They haven't gotten the results on it early so far. They've been able to foul a couple pitches off, work that pitch count up on Mathis. And obviously with the delay, we'll see how that comes into effect here as Hofstra looks for a run to get this game back even.
Well, obviously, this would be big for Hofstra to tie the game in this stage of the game.
And the 2-2 is right there, strike 3 called. Perfect pitch there by Mathis. She gets her 5th strikeout of the day on Cancel. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the third. So that's a good result here for Mathis as she gets her first strikeout of the inning, 5th of the day, and that'll bring up Lily Yepes, the left fielder. Yepes will dig in. Here's the first pitch for Mathis. She runs up to swing, but it's taken, strike 1.
Yepes on the season hitting .213. She's got 2 RBIs.
2 RBIs on the year for Yepes, the sophomore. Chelsea Villar again on deck. Mathis. Here's the 0-1. That one just missed the outside corner, down and away, and it's 1-1.
That was a really good pitch, though, by Mackenzie Mathis. Definitely a pitch that was hittable for Yepes, but she made a good eye.
It's a good approach just to not off run. She's ran up to swing on both the first 2 pitches. Here's the 1-1. She runs up again and swings and misses. Count now 1-2.
Tough luck for Lily Yepes. Mackenzie Mathis has been on fire to start this game.
So Mathis looking for back-to-back punch-outs here, her 3rd in a row in this game.
Might be
1-2.
her 5th.
And that one is upstairs on the fastball. Count even now at 2-2.
Oh yeah, you're right. 3rd in a row.
Yeah, third strike would be her 3rd strikeout in a row, 6th on the game if she gets it. So Mathis will take a stroll here, get herself set up. Here's the wind, 2-2. Swung on, that's hit in the air towards the left side and falling into the glove there of the left fielder Cannon. 2 outs. And so we'll bring the top of the order back up. It'll be Chelsea Villar starting things up for the Hofstra lineup. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout looking.
Villar struck out back in the 1st inning. We're back to the top of the order here.
And this at-bat comes after a decent at-bat by Yepes as the first pitch to Villar is on the outer half for a strike. 0-1. Two outs, nobody on. 0-1 count to Villar. Bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Charleston. As Mathis comes set, here is the delivery. That one just missed the outside corner at the letters. Count even at 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Chelsea Villar.
Yeah, Villar, you talk about her power surge this year. 5 home runs to lead the team and 20 RBIs. She sits in a tie for 3rd. Here's the 1-1 for Mathis. That's popped up 3rd base side. Cutting over towards the dugout is the 3rd basewoman, and making the catch there is Beaton Ball. We're through 3 full after the delay. Hofstra trailing 1-0 against Charleston. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports.
Welcome to Lantec, the leader in sports athletic construction for over 44 years. We design, we build, we win. From vision to victory, from the street to the pros, Lantec's passion for sports and construction drives us to deliver championship-level results every time. With Lantec, you get a construction and design powerhouse. From blueprints to bleachers, grass to gridiron, we build communities, careers, and champions from the ground up. We are Lantec.
We go to the 4th here in Hempstead. Hofstra trailing Charleston 1-0 as Emma Fallon, after a lengthy delay, will go back out to the mound. She was looking good in the 3rd inning, going 8 up, 8 down, but after a double single and the run crossing the plate on the pickoff move, it's a 1-0 deficit, and Emma Fallon will have to pitch from behind.
It's always tough to pitch from behind, but hopefully Emma Fallon can do her magic here.
And here's the first pitch from Fallon on the way. That is on the inner half for a strike to Austin Miller, who was at the plate when the rundown situation occurred. This will be her first. This will be the resumption of that at bat. But the base is clear, nobody out. Fallon's 0-1 on the way is just high and away on that pitch. It's a 1-1 count. It'll be Miller, Leela Langston, and Kennedy Rue, the designated player, to follow here in this Cougars 4th. 1-1. Upstairs as Durazio goes up and gets it. Throws it back to Fallon. Count 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike here to Austin Miller, who is 0 for 1 on the day.
2-1 to Miller. That one's down and in as the count now draws to 3-1.
Bit of a tough break there for Fallon.
So Fallon down to count 3-1, looking to get her way back in it. The wind and the motion. It's swung on, hitting the air towards the left side. That'll go foul into the bullpen of the Cougars. Count full 3-2. So just getting that 3-1 strike is what Fallon needed. Now it's a matter of getting that strikeout pitch here and getting that first out here. Again, might be shaking off the rust a little bit after the long delay.
Absolutely.
Full count pitch is hit in the air towards the left side. Going back is the left fielder, and it's over her head. Yepes will have to cut it off at the track. The throw comes in quickly as the batter has a double, and the throw gets away. Butler has to pick it up. The throw over to third is not in time, and so it's a leadoff double and advance to third on the throw for Austin Miller.
Yeah, tough break there for Lily Yepes. The ball just got over her head.
Yeah, she got a good read on it going out towards left. It was at the track, but she couldn't quite make the play as it went over her head, and so that's a leadoff. That's a leadoff extra base hit for Miller. And here is Leila Langston coming up, looking to drive in the runner at third. Nobody out. So they rule it a double and an error, advancing the runner as Fallon's first pitch is off the plate away. Ball 1.
Yeah, that one just went off the plate there, and Langston, the freshman, having a great season for Charleston.
1-0. She squares to bunt, and it goes foul third base side there. So a little bit of a sacrifice play here, potentially giving herself up, see if she can find her way on, but does not work on the first tries. Counts even at 1-1. So Hofstra looking to come out of a jam unscathed, have 3 outs to get. Fallon winds the 1-1. Fouled away, straight back. Count now 1-2 in favor of Fallon as she goes up.
It's a pretty tough swing there from Langston.
So
Fallon just right back to the backstop.
So Fallon looks up first base side, and in comes Butler. She makes the catch on the foul line for the first out.
Nice play by Butler, covering up a little bit of ground there to make that catch.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to. A play where soft contact, don't allow any runners to advance. That's the ideal situation. And so that's the first out as Butler records the pop out. And so that'll bring up Kennedy Rue, the designated player, right-hand batter. Fallon waits the first pitch to Rue. She squares to bunt as it goes back to the netting. Foul ball. Second straight batter. A Cougar has tried to go for the small ball play, but to no avail.
Kennedy Rue 0 for 1 on the day.
Yeah, she was part of the run of 8 straight batters that were retired to start the game for Emma Fallon. She's pitching from behind 1-0. Her 0-1 is off the plate away. And so the count draws even at 1-1 off after that fastball. After Rue will be Julia Sitterding to hit for Charleston here, but they're looking to plate a run here on runner on third. 1 away. Here's the 1-1 home. And that swung on, hit towards short. That'll probably score the throw home, and not in time is the throw as the runner Miller scores, and Charleston doubles up the lead. It's 2-0.
Interesting, they tried to throw home on that play instead of just get the easy play at first.
Yeah, it was a tight play there. They had a very little margin for error. Did more. She was able to pick it up, but wasn't able to finish the play as the slide was in time to score. And so that'll make it a 2-0 game here on the top of the fourth. Charleston starting to get their offense going. Fallon, after the double and the error, letting up the run on soft contact. And so this will bring up Julia Sitterding, excuse me.
It's Julia Sitterding and junior.
The junior is 0 for 1 on the day. Comes in this at-bat with a 207 average. So Fallon will look to get a double play ball. The first pitch swung on and missed. Fastball running in, strike 1. Yeah, the runner Sitterding taking a little bit of a lead with the runner, Rue, getting a little bit of a lead off first base here. So we'll see if a steal will be in order. Not much of a speed threat. 0-1. She squares to bunt as it's fouled away off the top of the netting. Count 0-2 in favor of Fallon.
Yeah, Emma Fallon just trying to get out of this inning here.
She's throwing strikes. She's trying to do everything that she can in order to make sure that she can make the most of these pitches here. Trailing will keep the game at bay. 0-2 is off the plate by a hair there on the outside corner. Count now 1-2.
That was a very close pitch there from Emma Fallon.
Yeah,
there were a lot of close pitches that were called balls in game 1 and 2 of this series as well.
And the 1-2 was grounded foul. Right side, they'll do it again. Yeah, a lot of those tight pitches, you try to get the chase, try to get a look on the outside half, but just missing that spot there was the Hofstra right-hander. So they'll do it again, 1-2. With Sitterding at the plate, Carly Smith, the right fielder, on deck. Fallon sets up. Here's the 1-2. Hit foul towards the third base side. They'll do it again. So now all of a sudden it looks like Charleston's starting to work a little bit of those at-bats here. Hofstra was doing it for a while, but now it's Charleston is really starting to work a couple of longer at-bats here. They've had a couple of good looks against Fallon here, second time through the order. Emma sets. Here is the 1-2. That runs inside and it gets her, and it hits.
It hit the bat.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, that was my bad there on that. The home plate umpire says it hit the knob. Foul ball, 1-2 still. The runner at first, Rue, will take her lead. She stands on first for the moment. Here's the 1-2 home. That is just upstairs on the breaking ball. Fallon frustrated with that call as it's now 2-2.
Very tough call there from Fallon to have to deal with.
Yeah, it was just upstairs at the letters on the outer half of the plate. So they'll do it again, 2-2. Fallon's delivery. That one's hit right back up the middle, just past the reach of the second basewoman and into center. Everybody else goes station to station. Cancel couldn't make the play as everybody advances on a single there from Julia Sitterding.
Now Charleston's getting a bunch of hits.
Yeah, they were starting to string some hits together in the top of the third before the rundown play, and now they're starting to string a couple more hits together at the double and the error and then the infield single that scored the run. And now a single into the outfield on a ground ball.
Sitterding's actually going to be called out.
So they're going to bring up a pinch hitter in this spot. It looks like it'll be.
No, it's Carly Smith.
No, yeah, it's Carly Smith coming on, and it looks like. Yeah, so it will be Carly Smith here to hit here, left-hand batter. Actually, yeah, the runner at second base was out. Excuse me, that's the second out. As the first pitch is popped up third base side, Fitzgerald camps under it and makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But Charleston scores another run. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Charleston over Hofstra right here on Flow Sports. Thank you. I didn't see the out call.
Yeah, I think it was like hitter's interference. Now can Hofstra please get something going?
Hopefully. All right, I'm gonna have to do this with half a scorecard. The rest of the. Obviously not ideal, but I'll persevere. Let's see, plays. Let's see. Lineups, comparison, scorecard. Bottom of the fourth here in Hempstead. Matthew Page and Chris Linney here. Hofstra trailing the Cougars 2-0 as we head into the bottom half of the fourth. Mathis continues to pitch brilliantly on the mound. She's about to get deeper into her second time through the order. It'll be Anna Butler to start this inning for the Pride.
Yep, Anna Butler, who is 4 for 9 in this series, 0 for 1 in this game, but 4 for 9 in this series. She's been excellent.
If there's anyone you want to start a rally, it's Anna Butler, as she'll offer at the first pitch, but foul it away, third base side, 0-1.
In the second game yesterday, Anna Butler started the fourth inning rally, in which Hofstra played it in 3 runs in both the 4th and 6th inning. In that second game yesterday, they won that game 6-2.
It was the runs in bunches. 2 3-run innings proved to be the difference. As Butler offers at the 0-1 fastball at the letters for a strike, 0-2.
That was a perfectly placed pitch and a good pitch to swing at, but she just couldn't make any contact with it.
Mathis going 1 batter over the minimum so far in this game, looking to stay on cruise control as the 0-2 is grounded foul, just beyond the reach of Coach Clark. Still 0-2. 2-0 game after the runs, after a run scored in the top of the 4th. And in the bottom of the half, it's Anna Butler down the count 0-2 to Mathis. She'll get her softball back on the mound, and she'll take her time, get set up. Now the wind, here's the 0-2 home. Upstairs, fastball there to Butler, count 1-2.
That was just a little bit high there to Anna Butler.
And if anything, this is the spot you want to have the top of your order step up. Anna Butler, Alana Morris, and Dahlia Palacio, your 2, 3, 4 hitters in the order coming up here. So Hofstra looking to start a rally here. Mathis, here's the 1-2. Fouled away, straight back to the netting. They'll do it again.
That was just tipped back.
Yeah, talk about the pitches, too. That's another at-bat where Hofstra tries to just keep the at-bat going against Mathis. She was at 51 pitches coming into this inning, so we'll see how much longer the leash is. Ideally, they'll want her to go pretty deep after the twin bill yesterday. Mathis will hold on, now set. Here's the 1-2. As Butler hits one in the air towards the left side, and it's the glove of Cannon in left, and that's the first out. That's the start you want. That's the start Mathis wants there. She gets the quick fly ball out to left field, and that's the first out. And so this brings up Alana Morris, who is 0 for 1 on the day. And Morris will look to find her way on base, get the tying run to play with 1 out in the 4th. Hold here from Mathis. Here's the first pitch. She squares and she drops it down on the right side, but foul. As the catcher Langston will pick it up and get it back over to Mathis.
Now, Alana Morris definitely having a great season for the Pride, leads the team in batting average.
Yeah, and it's at bat at 364 mark, 505 slugging for the Hofstra shortstop. Here's the 0-1 for Mathis, fouled away right side. Count now 0-2 as Mathis continues to get ahead of batters. A little bit of action on the third base side in the bullpen. So, looks like from my perspective, it looks like that is Lily Thorpe getting up in the bullpen for Charleston.
Lily Thorpe was throwing in the bullpen yesterday, but she never got any playing time.
And the 0-2 to Morris is fouled away towards the right side. They'll do it again.
Third different pitcher that Charleston has used in this series, as they had Kendall Thaxton for game 1 and Riley Cutter for game 2.
Yeah, good pitching depth here, starting a different arm every game in the series. As that pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Morse goes down via the K, and that's the second out of the 4th. So Mathis continues to cruise here as we go into the second out here of the 4th. Here's Dahlia Palacio coming up to hit, looking to keep the inning alive. The Hofstra right fielder also struck out her first time up. Left-hand batter, right-hand pitcher as Morse will come set on the rubber. The wind to first pitch. Outside, breaking ball off the glove of Langston, ball 1.
Dahlia Palacio on the day is 0 for 1.
0 for 1 with that 1 strikeout. That was her 6th strike. That was Mathis' 6th strikeout on the day, so she continues to impress on the strikeout, getting outs however she can, only the 1 hit. And now the 1-0, half swing, no appeal. Do they appeal? No swing. Count now 2-0. Actually, now they'll appeal, and they overturn it. A long delay by the home plate umpire to make the call over to third base on the appeal.
I don't know why you delay it that long.
Yeah, sometimes
if you make the appeal, make the appeal.
Yeah, you see it really quickly sometimes, especially in the major league. So it took a bit of a second to make the call. And now the 1-1 is off the plate away. Oh, actually, no, it's a strike on the outer half 1-2. That's the one thing about softball umpires. They do take a minute. I'm guessing in that situation with the overturn, they took a minute to determine that it was a ball. He made the signal, he made the indication it was a ball, and then made the appeal over to third base. So it's a 1-2 count. The pitch. It's hit in the air towards the left side. That ball is caught at short by Miller, and that'll retire the side. Hofstra goes down 1-2-3. We're through 4 full. Charleston leading 2-0. This is Hofstra softball right here on Flow Sports.
They look frustrated.
Thank you. Thank you. Over halfway home here at Bill Edwards Stadium, Hofstra trailing 2-0 to the Cougars as Emma Fallon will come back out to the mound. Starting to hit around a little bit on the field right now. She let up a little bit of a rally that put Charleston ahead 2-0, and so she'll look for a shutdown inning, keep this game where it is, and allow Hofstra to get the bats going.
Absolutely. Fallon is definitely looking to get a better result in this inning and hopefully not give up a run here.
So it's 50 pitches so far in the game for Fallon. This will be number 51 as she'll wind and offer the first pitch home inside to the leadoff batter. Beaten ball, ball 1.
Bryceland Beatenbaugh, 0 for 1 on the day.
Now Beatenbaugh looking to find her way on base. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball that bends right in there for a strike. Good deception there from Fallon. It's 1-1. Fallon not striking a lot of batters out so far in this one. Only 1 K so far in this one along her line. The 1-1. That one catches the outside half. Strike 2. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walk, 1 strikeout, but a pair of doubles to really set the stage for Charleston's rallies.
It kind of seems as though the umpire's taking a little bit of time to put his hand up for that strike.
As that 1-2 fastball runs out and away. 2-2. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mackenzie Mathis has been brilliant for Charleston, only going 1 batter over the minimum, 1 hit so far on her line. As Fallon deals a 2-2, it's fouled away, and it stays alive for a beat 'em ball. Sun's starting to peek through a little bit. Again, a little bit of a windy day, but nevertheless, still a great day for softball here in April on this Easter weekend.
Absolutely. Kind of hot out today, actually.
2-2 is fouled away. Well, that's what happens sometimes when the sun peeks through. It's like when you get, like, really, it could be any day in, like, spring or fall where it's like, you know, it could be a little bit breezy, have a little bit of wind, but as long as you have the sun, it feels much better. Like, you really, once you get the sun in play, it's a much better feeling when you're sitting outside. 2-2 again. That one's popped up first base side. Going for the play is Butler, but it lands in the seats. 2-2 the count still. Probably one of the best at-bats here for Charleston against Fallon, as Beatenbaugh keeps fouling some pitches off, as Hofstra would do a couple of times early in this ball game. Still a 2-2 count. Fallon winds and offers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her on the pitch running in. Second strikeout of the day for Fallon, and that's the first out. So Fallon does her job and gets the lead off batter. And after being a ball by Sierra Paradis coming up to hit. Paradis, the last of the 8 straight batters that were retired by Fallon to open the game. Fallon's first pitch. It's on the inner half for a strike. Strike 1.
Really nice pitch there by Fallon. It's exactly where she wanted to throw it. She wanted to have the same location for that one. Paradis is 0 for 1 on the day.
Here's the 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Runs inside. Did it get the knob?
It got the knob.
Yes, it did. The umpire put his hands up as a foul ball indication there. So it's an 0-2 count as it got the knob of the bat of Paradis. And so it'll be a 0-2 count. Fallon looking for back-to-back punch-outs. Right-hand pitcher winds. Here's the offer. Outside, fastball rising, 1-2 count. After Paradis, it'll be Hallie Cannon coming up to hit the left fielder for Charleston before flipping it back to the top of the order. Fallon into the motion. The 1-2 home. Half swing. They appeal down to first. No swing from the first base umpires. The count draws even at 2. This is a big at-bat here for Fallon because you remember, Cannon was the one that started the rally that scored the first run of the game. It got to Jay Reitzman, who hit a single, and then ultimately the run came across to score on the rundown. So Fallon looking to keep the bases clear against the bottom half of the order. The wind and 2-2 home. That's hit over towards short. Diving play! And a great grab over there by Morse.
What a catch by Alana Morse. Like, she really knew where that ball was going to be hit, and she tracked it down perfectly.
Yeah, sprawling over towards her right, going over with the left-hand glove to make that catch. Nicely done by Alana Morse. Take away a hit from Sierra Paradis, and so that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Hallie Cannon. Right-hand batter, first pitch to Fallon is just a touch up and in. Ball 1.
Like you said, Cannon started that rally back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, but it was a double out towards the opposite field. I was able to get down and led to the first run, the 1-0. Bends in there for a strike, breaking ball, count even at 1. Big inning for Fallon to try to keep this game where it is. Hofstra not getting much going against Mathis, looking to keep it where it is at 2-0 ball game. Fallon's 1-1. And that one gets in there as well. Back-to-back breaking stuff for Fallon as it's 1-2.
Absolutely beautiful framework there from the catcher as well, DeRazio.
Both on the same page so far in this frame. The 1-2 home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got her at the letters. 1-2-3 go the Cougars as Fallon's fired up. We go to the bottom of the 5th with Hofstra trailing 2-0 right here on Flow Sports.
Opened its doors over 160 years ago. And back then, it was all about one-on-one banking. In today's world, banking's all about easy and convenient, and saving you time for the moments that matter. We get that, but sometimes you need to speak with someone to make it happen. And at Apple Bank, that's what we still do. One-on-one service since the day we first opened.
Welcome to Apple Bank. How can I help you?
Easy, convenient, personal banking. Apple Bank, your neighbor, your bank since 1863.
Hofstra Hello means to me family, community of opportunities,
people,
a home away from home,
tradition, connections,
religion,
friendship.
For 75 years, Hofstra Hillel, the Center for Jewish Life on campus, has been serving the Hofstra community. Thousands of students of all backgrounds have participated in our weekly classes, travel programs, service projects, and holiday celebrations. Especially now, when students need us most, please support Hofstra Hillel. Go to hofstrahillel.org for more information.
We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Hempstead. Hofstra trailing the Cougars 2-0. Mackenzie Mathis back on the mound for her 5th inning of work as she continues to really excel on the mound, and she'll look to keep Hofstra at bay once again after Emma Fallon threw a 1-2-3 frame.
She has been absolutely fantastic so far.
And so it'll be Olivia Malinowski to start this inning for the Pride. Malinowski, the designated player today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
A lot of players have struck out for the Pride in this game.
She'll lead off the 4th here as Mathis will come set. The wind in the first offer is hit in the air towards right field. Cutting back is the right fielder, and making the catch there nicely is Smith for the first out.
It's a nicely hit ball, though, by Malinowski. It's good that she got some good wood on it, but...
Yeah, she gave it a good rip. That's like one of those situations where you can put a good rip on the ball, but just not quite enough, and just a little too much air underneath it. And it looks like, and so now it'll be Mackenzie Fitzgerald coming to the plate now, the third base one for the Pride. As she's the only player to reach against Mathis so far in this one. First pitch runs inside, ball 1 there to Fitzgerald.
That one got a little bit away from catcher as well.
Yeah, it just moved a little bit out of her hands there on that one. Just had a little too much movement going on the inner half. Mathis here looking for a second straight out. The 1-0 is fouled away on a rope towards the third base side. Count even at 1 apiece.
That was fouled into the Charleston bullpen.
So it's a 1-1 count to Fitzgerald. Gemma Durazio, the catcher, waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a breaking ball at the letters there, offered at by Fitzgerald. Count 1-2. So it's a 1-2 count as Mathis looks for her 6th strikeout of the day. As that pitch is grounded foul towards the third base side. Beaten ball is looking for the play, but a little too much under it there to stay fair territory. So count 1-2 here. Mathis gets a little words of encouragement from her right side infielders. That being Parody and Sitterding here before she steps back onto the rubber. 1-2 count to Fitzgerald. That's hit towards the left side again. That's beyond the dugout in foul territory. Count now still 1-2.
It's a good battle here between Fitzgerald and Mathis.
Yeah, Mathis is getting close to the 70 pitch mark, so presumably the conversation to take her out probably shouldn't be underway just yet. As the 1-2, that's hit towards left field and gets through for Fitzgerald. She's 2 for 2. She'll take a turn at first and stop there as Mackenzie Fitzgerald has both Hofstra hits on the day.
Fitzgerald has the only 2 hits for Hofstra in this game.
And that one was just a good piece of hitting, getting it right through the left side between Beatenball and Miller. And so she'll stand off first base here, looking to get Hofstra going on their second hit of the day. As here's Gemma Durazio, the catcher here at the dish. Here's first pitch where she squares to bunt. It's popped up, back to the mound, and making the catch there is Mathis. She snuffs out the bunt perfectly and quickly for the second out. And so after the quick out again will be Nicole Cancel, the left-hand hitting second basewoman here, looking to keep the inning alive. Fitzgerald on first base after the first pitch pop out. Here's the first pitch from Mathis. That one's upstairs and away, ball 1.
Good take there from Cancel.
Cancel Cade looking her first time up in the bottom of the third. She'll bat with the runner on first. Fitzgerald, not much of a lead, keeping 1 foot on the bag. The 1-0. That's grounded towards the first base side. Bobbled there for a moment by the first basewoman. She gets over in time, and Parody gets the put out. So Hofstra gets another hit, but nothing more. We're through 5 full. Hofstra trailing Charleston 2-0 right here on Flow Sports. Sixth inning of play here at Bill Edwards Stadium. Hofstra still trailing 2-0 as Emma Fallon heads back to the mound after a 1-2-3 fifth. And Hofstra unable to do anything against Mackenzie Mathis once again. Fallon once again trying to keep it where it is right now. 2 runs, 3 hits. and 2 runs, 3 hits for Charleston on their line score so far in this one. Fallon take her time before getting set up. Here's the first pitch home to the leadoff batter, Jay Reitzman. She bunts. It goes right back to DeRazio. It's a foul ball there as she was unable to keep it fair there.
Yeah, Jay Reitzman played a little bit of small ball to start off this at bat. Reitzman on the day is 1 for 2.
And you talked about her speed as well. She's the top base stealing threat on this team, so she can get down the line quickly, even as a right-hand batter.
One of the top base stealing threats in the CAA.
And that 0-1 is swung on and missed. Pulled the string there away. 0-2 now, Fallon out in front. Emma so far on the day, 5 innings pitched, has a couple of strikeouts. And now she's up 0-2 on Reitzman. The pitch. Fouled away right side. They'll do it again. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned with 3 strikeouts, 2 doubles against. Just about to cross the 70-pitch plateau in this game is Fallon.
Yeah, a lot of quick at-bats in this game from Charleston.
0-2. Outside. Zips by her. And the count's now 1-2.
She's faced the entire order twice.
It'll be Reitzman, Miller, and Langston due up in this inning. Fallon winds 1-2. That one's hit in the air out towards left field into a Bermuda Triangle, but making the catch out there in left is Yepes for the first out.
Play there by Yepes.
Good communication as well there by Villar and Morse going out there. Yepes taking the initiative and making that play. 1 up, 1 down in this 6th inning as Fallon will face the number 2 batter, Austin Miller. Miller 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. The first pitch downstairs, blocked by DeRazio. Ball 1.
Yeah, like you said, Austin Miller having a good day so far at the plate. 1 for 2.
And she had one of 2 doubles. It was the double that led to the second run of the game scoring in the 4th inning. It was a leadoff hit as the 1-0 catches the outside half for a strike. 1-1.
A double and an advance to third.
Yeah, double and advance to third on a fielding error that ultimately got her over to third base, and she ultimately came home on an infield hit. Fallon sets up with DeRazio, the 1-1. That one breaks right down the middle for a strike. 1-2, Fallon gets ahead.
Really good off-speed stuff there from Emma Fallon. We saw that a lot in the first game yesterday when she pitched. She's got some really good off-speed stuff.
Yeah, she's able to change the speeds very well. She's done that a lot today as well. The 1-2, grounded foul, third base side, well out of the reach of Anna Butler. Yeah, she hasn't had the strikeouts necessarily to show for it, but she's been able to mix the speeds up a little bit, get some good takes on the breaking stuff, get a couple of like late swings or off-time swings on the fastballs. So she's been doing her job on the mound to keep the Cougars' offense at bay, but now it's a matter of the offense getting hot for the Pride. The 1-2, fouled away third base side. Fitzgerald going for a jog, but she's unable to make the play.
That went into the Charleston bullpen.
It's all quiet right now. They had somebody warming up earlier, but that warm-up has quickly subsided as Mathis continues to roll. Fallon winds, the 1-2 home. Grounded third base side, foul ball. Fitzgerald making the play just in case, getting her fielding reps in. But that ball was just to the left side of the chalk.
Miller's making Fallon work here.
She's still ahead in the count 1-2 after a couple foul balls in a row. Miller sets up shop in the left-hand batter's box. The wind 1-2. Cut on and hit in the air towards center field. Cutting over is Villar to her left and making the catch quickly. 2 outs.
That was hit right at Chelsea Villar.
Yeah, I didn't have to move all that much. Maybe a couple of feet over to her left towards the right center field alley, but it was really not a hard play for her to make at all. She records the second out. Fallon continues to pitch deep into this one, and now this will bring up Layla Langston, the right-hand batter. Fallon winds first pitch. Inside on that one first for ball 1 against Langston. Langston 0 for 2 on the day. Fallon will take a little bit of a stroll. Langston hit a foul out her last time up to Anna Butler. The 1-0 upstairs.
Yeah, look out.
Yeah, lookout play as Langston had to duck out of the way. Fortunately, she doesn't get anything of it as the count's now 2-0 in favor of the Charleston catcher. Kennedy Rude, the designated player, due up next. As sun continues to break through on a beautiful day here in Hempstead. Fallon will set up shop with DeRazio here. 2-0 count. Now time is called. Looks like they'll just need a couple extra seconds to get on the same page. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-0, top of the 6th. Fallon looking for another 1-2-3 frame. 2-0. That one gets the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 as Fallon's back in it.
Well, it's good that she called time to kind of collect herself a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a couple extra seconds to get on the same page here with that kind of disengagement as that 2-1 bends on the outer half. 2-2, Fallon's back even at 2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 on, 2 out. Oh, wait, not 2 on, 2 outs. I'm thinking of MLB The Show commentary stuff here. 2-2 count, 2 outs the pitch. That one's outside, and the count's now full 3-2. So it'll be a payoff. It'll be a payoff pitch here for Fallon with Kennedy Rue waiting in the wing. She scored the second run for Charleston on an infield single. The payoff pitch home. Breaking ball just up and in, ball 4. So Fallon tried to get a call on the inner half, but to no avail, and that's her first walk of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that's going to bring up Kennedy Rue, who got that infield single back in the 4th inning. That's the first walk of the game.
Actually, no, correction. It was not a run-scoring hit. Based off the live stats, it was a run-scoring fielder's choice that played at the game's first run. So she does get credit with the RBI, but is 0 for 2. As Rue digs in here, runner on first. Here's the first pitch. Fouled away, right side. It's 0-1.
Bounced into the batting cages.
So Fallon looking to get through her 6th inning of work. Can't see the Hofstra bullpen. We imagine that Fallon will try to keep going as long as she can. She did nearly go the distance yesterday in the first game of that doubleheader, the 0-1. That one's upstairs as the runner at first took a bit of a lead, but thought the better of going all the way there. It's a 1-1 count with Langston standing on first. Langston 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts.
Ball looked like it rose up there.
Fallon winds. Here's the 1-1 home. Swung on, hit towards short. Morris can't make the play. That one goes into left center for a base hit. Picked up by Villar and got in quickly there. So another single here for the Cougars. They have runners on first and second with 2 outs here. Looking to plate a couple more insurance runs.
Yeah, this is a big moment here for Julia Sitterding, the junior.
And now looks like the Hofstra coaching staff is coming out to the mound just to talk to Fallon. Again, that was just her 88th pitch, so she's pushing towards the 90 pitch mark, as it looks like they'll try to see how much more Fallon has left. We know how much she's meant to this rotation to start the year, this pitching staff, getting those outs, going deep into games. So we'll see if she will keep going in this one. Again, she's been really good today for the Pride, only allowing the 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, a walk and 2 doubles, and a couple extra hits. But that's been pretty much it for the Cougars against the Hofstra starter.
Yeah, she has been excellent.
So it breaks in 2 different conversations. Fallon in the circle, the infield, talking with another coach here. So it looks like that'll break it up here as the home plate umpire comes to break it up. So here's your biggest spot of the game right now. Julia Sitterding, the left-hand hitter, coming up to hit here with runners on first and second. Left-hand batter, right-hand pitcher. Hofstra looking to keep this game right where it is. Fallon will set up on the rubber. Sitterding sets up with that little short hold. The first pitch downstairs on a breaking ball, ball 1.
That was good location for that pitch, but missed the plate.
Yeah, try to see if you get a chase early in this at-bat. Again, not a team that strikes out a whole awful lot today, has Charleston been. Only 3 against Fallon coming into this 6th. Here's the 1-0. That one's on the hands, fouled away third base side. Count even now at 1-1. So Fallon will get the ball back from Mackenzie Fitzgerald as Hofstra to tiptoe their way through the 6th. 1-1 count. Two runners on, 2 outs. Fallon sets up with DeRazio. Sitterding ready. Now the pitch. Hit towards the left side. That one goes Fallon into the bullpen on the left side. Count now 1-2, and Fallon one strike away from getting out of the jam.
Very close to hopefully getting out of this inning without allowing a run here is Emma Fallon.
Fallon looking to find her way through the jam. Infield shifted to the right. The 1-2 fouled away. They'll do it again. Butler jogging over to pick it up out of the dugout. Little commotion coming from the third base dugout as Charleston looks to support their batter here. Looking to drive in one more run in a 2-0 ball game here on this Saturday afternoon on Long Island. Fallon gets herself together, sets up shot. Here's the 1-2 home. Off the plate away. That was a fastball there. Tried to get the chase, but to no avail. And now it's deuces wild. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 count in a 2-0 game. Fallon looking for the punch out. She comes to the wind. Here's the offer. Hit towards the right side and pass to reach a Butler into right field for a base hit. The runner from third coming home. The throw is on the money and in time. Great throw by Dalia Palacio. Hofstra gets through the inning unscathed after the hit with the runner in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 2-0 Hofstra looking to strike against the Cougars right here on Flow Sports.
What a throw. Oh, are we gonna talk over it?
Actually,
Bike House Chevy of Valley Stream, your trusted family-owned dealership deeply rooted in our community. At Bike House Chevy, we take immense pride in being part of our community and are dedicated to providing not just an exceptional car buying experience, but also giving back to the neighborhoods we serve. Whether you're looking for a brand new Chevy or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, we're here to serve you. Come and visit us at 709 West Merrick Road, Valley Stream, New York.
QFA's 5-star offense maximizes client returns while the 5-star defense generates additional current income while mitigating risk. To learn more, reach out to co-founder and Hofstra alumni Joe Rinaldi or register on their website at qfainc.com.
Bottom of the sixth here at Hofstra as the Pride trail the Cougars 2-0 here, and it could have been a lot worse. The umpires had to confirm the call, and they do confirm that it wasn't out on a brilliant play from Dalia Palacio, airmailing a ball from right field to Gemma Durazio and applying the tag to keep the game at 2-0.
Yes, an absolutely beautiful play by Dalia Palacio. As to lead off this inning for the Pride, we have Lily Yepes.
Yeah, Yepes looking to be a spark plug here at the bottom of the order. It goes back to the top of the lineup for the Hofstra Pride from here. It starts with Yepes, then it goes back to Chelsea Villar and Anna Butler. So if Hofstra wants to go boom and a blast here, possibly get a couple of hits in a row to get this game back even, this is the spot to do it here. Bottom of the sixth, Hofstra trailing 2-0. The first pitch as Yepes squares, it goes over to the right side. The throw over to first base is true. And on the first pitch bunt out, it's an out for Lily Yepes. So trying to get a little bit aggressive there was Yepes on the bunt towards the right side. Now here's Chelsea Villar, who is 0 for 2 on the day. She popped out her last time up.
She may have been a little too aggressive there. I think she was just trying to use her speed in that at bat, play a little bit of small ball, but it didn't really work out in the end.
Here's the first pitch to Villar. Mathis fires a strike. It's 0-1. Villar 0 for 2 on the day, struck out looking her first time up and then popped out in foul territory her second time. Anna Butler, as mentioned, one of Hofstra's top run producers, waiting on deck. Mathis winds 0-1. Outside fastball. That's a 1-1 count now. Heading into this at-bat, she was at 74 pitches, was Mathis, so she's probable to at least hit the 80 mark. Fallon was getting up towards 90 in the last inning after the last threat.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And that one is hit out towards left field, and a diving play is not made by Wrightsman as it goes towards the track. Villar heads towards second. She pulls in on a slide, and Chelsea Villar has a 1-out, 2-base hit.
Absolutely gorgeous hit there by Chelsea Villar. But it fell right in front of the center fielder, and it kicked off her glove.
It was a heroic effort by Wrightsman there, going over towards left center, unable to make the play in the alley. So Villar will take her 2 bases, and that's the extra base hit that Hofstra's been looking for all day to start the rally. They have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here's Anna Butler. Mathis looking to hold strong once again. Here's the first pitch home. Hit out towards left field. That is into the glove of Cannon on a line, and that's the 2nd out on a first pitch out from Butler.
They're making really good contact, but a lot of their hits seem to be going right to the fielders.
Yeah, a lot of atom balls, if you want to call it that. That was another one right there to Cannon there. And that was just a little bit of an early swing. Obviously, we know what Butler can do with the offense. She could turn a game around a little bit, drive in a run or two, but she was a little bit uber aggressive, if you want to call it that. But now it'll be up to Alana Morse here to try and play Hofstra's first run. The pitch. On the hands, fouled away third base side, 0-1 off the netting. That was Mathis' 78th pitch of the day as she's through 5 2/3 strong. And she'll take some time here off the mound, now come back set. The wind 0-1. That one bends right down the middle for a strike. 0-2 now as Mathis is on the brink of keeping Hofstra scoreless through 6.
Runner on second with 2 outs. This is a big at-bat here for Alana Morse.
No runs, 3 hits for the Pride, and that's it against Mathis. Here's the 0-2 home. That's hit towards second base. Picked up there cleanly by Sitterding, who throws over quickly, and that retires the side. Hofstra goes down after the 1-out double. We're through 6 full. Final inning of play coming up with Hofstra trailing 2-0 right here on Flow Sports. Home stretch here in Hempstead. Emma Fallon back out for her 7th inning of work as Hofstra trails 2-0 heading into the final inning of regulation. Fallon played with fire a little bit as the runners were on first and second with 2 out, but Dalia Palacio cleaned up at home on a great throw, and now will be on Fallon here to keep this game right where it is. 2-0 heading into the 7th. She'll face the leadoff left-hand batter. The first pitch is swung on, hit in the air towards left side in foul territory, and making the catch over there nicely is Yepes for the first out, recording the foul out.
Carly Smith was that hitter, and now here is Brycelyn Beatenbaugh.
So Smith goes down. Brycelyn Beatenbaugh here coming up to hit. Beatenbaugh on the day, 0 for 2 on the day with the strikeout, one of 3 Fallon strikeout victims. The Hofstra righty winds first pitch. Breaking ball running inside, swung on and missed. 0-1.
A good pitch there from Fallon. Just wasn't quite enough.
Fallon waiting. Here is the 0-1 home. She goes into the motion, now delivers. Inside tight a little bit to Beatenbaugh. Count even now at 1 apiece. What's really been a pitcher's duel all game long. Fallon looking to go the distance after going 6 2/3 in the opener yesterday as that pitch runs upstairs. 2-1 count now. Mackenzie Mathis on the other side has been nothing short of brilliant. for Charleston. 6 innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, facing 21 batters, so 3 batters over the minimum without allowing a walk.
She's been excellent.
The 2-1 runs inside away from the catcher, Durazio, and the count now 3-1 in favor of beat and ball. Fallon will take her time, get herself together. Now leave the rubber open for a second. Now we'll step back on. Beat and ball looking to find her way on base. The 3-1. That one's down and in, ball 4, and that's a 1-out walk for beat and ball off Fallon. And she'll take her lead off to first base. Hofstra does have action up in the bullpen as Emma Brennan was warming up, and this will be Fallon's 100th pitch. And now it looks like Coach Clark is coming out.
Looks like Emma Brennan's going to come in right now.
Actually, no, correction. It's not Emma Brennan coming in. It's going to be number 26 for the Pride. That is Carly Ernst coming in. Ernst been brilliant for the Pride this year. Going back to yesterday's opener, she went the distance in the finale, allowing 9 hits and 5 strikeouts. And now she'll look to finish the 7 innings for the Hofstra pitching staff.
Absolutely, she was excellent in that second game. Going the distance, giving up 2 runs. She was absolutely excellent.
Yeah, Ernst, the CAA Rookie of the Week a couple weeks ago, pitched very well in that series against Drexel with no runs in 9 2/3 innings. And again, she pitched that great game in the second game of the doubleheader yesterday. So it'll be her responsibility to strand the runner at first and give the Hofstra bats a chance, as Emma Fallon's day is over. The book's still open on her. Though, as she is responsible for the runner over at first base. The line score for now: 6 1/3 innings of work, 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So all told, the job well done for Fallon, getting deep into the game. But the offense hasn't really picked up the load yet. And so her first test will be Sierra Parody here to start her day. 1 out, 1 on. Ernst with the face cage on will set up just outside the circle and now step on towards the rubber. The right-hand pitcher will set up, now wind first pitch. Up and in, ball 1 on her first pitch of the day. Still a 2-0 game, 5 hits for Charleston, 3 hits for the Pride, no runs to show for it. Hofstra's also made an error.
It was just a little bit high.
Ernst into the motion, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. The runner goes towards second. The throw is over the head of the shortstop Morrison into center field. Good backup by Villar, but one way or another, it is a stolen base and a runner in scoring position here for Charleston.
Yeah, the steal from Bryceland Beatonbaugh.
Yeah, Beatonbaugh, that's her first steal of the year. First try, first steal. So
first steal of her collegiate career for the freshman.
So the freshman making things happen on the base paths. The 1-1 runs inside as Beatonbaugh being aggressive there on the base pad. She was about a quarter of the way off second base. No throw came down, but she's really trying to produce one last run that could really put the game out of reach. Ernst down the count 2-1, looking to find that second out. The 2-1 grounded off the foot of the batter Parody, and that's a foul ball. 2-2.
Big pitch coming up here for Ernst.
She'll take her time off the rubber. The runner again in scoring position after the stolen base. Ernst sets up shop with Durazio. Here's the 2-2. That's hit towards the middle on a bounce there towards the second basewoman. Throw over to first by Cancel is in time. Good fundamental play there by Cancel. Not charging it, just waiting for it to come down and picking it up in plenty of time to throw out the runner. 2 outs.
Really awesome play there. And now that's going to bring up Hallie Cannon.
Cannon, the right-hand batter, the junior here, looking to drive in that 2-out insurance run for the Cougars here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, runner on third. And here's the first pitch. On the outside half for a strike, 0-1.
Looks like Durazio might have had a little bit of trouble with it, but
either way, it's a strike, no advance, so no harm, no foul. Cannon on the day 1 for 2 as she grounds that one towards third base. Fitzgerald handles it on a hop. She throws to first in time, and that'll retire the side. So Carly Ernst finishes the Hofstra pitching in regulation with the scoreless frame. Does Hofstra have a rally in their bones? Down 2-0 against Charleston. We'll find out on the other side of this break right here on Flow Sports.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at Sherwin-Williams.
QFA's 5-star offense maximizes client returns while the 5-star defense generates additional current income while mitigating risk. To learn more, reach out to co-founder and Hofstra alumni Joe Rinaldi or register on their website at qfainc.com.
Last call for the Hofstra Pride to answer the bell. They trail 2-0. Entering the bottom of the 7th, they'll send up 4, 5, and 6 in their order to start the frames, led off by Dahlia Palacio, followed by Olivia Malinowski and Mackenzie Fitzgerald, as the Pride look to find a way to solve Mackenzie Mathis after 6 brilliant innings so far, only allowing 3 hits to this point.
Absolutely. She has been absolutely stellar all day long. But now let's see if Hofstra is able to break the shutout.
And that first pitch is downstairs. Good start to the at-bat for Palacio. It's 1-0. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a pop-out and a strikeout.
She's been a bit unlucky at the plate today, so.
Infield playing straight up against Palacio. The wind, the 1-0. That's hit out towards left center field. Cutting over to the center fielder. She dives, and she makes the grab. Nicely done in center there by Reitzman. That time she makes the play after letting it go from Villar in the last inning. 1 out here in the 7th.
And that's going to bring up Malinowski. What a catch by Jay Reitzman in center field. She made up from that missed fly ball that she had in the last inning.
So now focus goes to Olivia Malinowski. 2 outs to play with for the Pride. The first pitch. That's fouled straight back. It's 0-1. That time, fellas, she just got a better read on it because the play against Villar, she got a beat on. She had a chance, but that play in the last inning was just a little bit out of her reach off the glove. But that time, she was more than able to make up for it there, making the diving catch, getting the seal of approval from Mathis on the bump.
Absolutely. Hard not to get the seal of approval after that play.
So Malinowski down in the count, 0-1, the pitch. That bends right down the middle for a strike. 0-2. Malinowski 0 for 2 on the day, struck out and flown out to right. Mackenzie Fitzgerald, the only player to reach base, well, actually, one of 2 players to reach base now against Mathis waiting on deck. Here's the 0-2 to Malinowski. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the fastball by her, did Mathis, and the Pride are down to their final out.
And it's going to be Mackenzie Fitzgerald, who is 2 for 2.
And so it looks like that'll bring a visit out to the mound here as they'll just look to, again, this is a tough, this has been the only batter that Mathis had a hard time getting out all day. Mackenzie Fitzgerald, third basewoman with the 2 singles. And that'll bring out the Hofstra coaching staff as well as they'll talk it over here as they look to solve the equation that Mathis has so far. Right now, 6 2/3. That was her 7th strikeout of the day. 3 hits, including a double up to this point. 85 pitches. So the goal for Fitzgerald just to get on base here and bring that tying run to the plate. On deck is Gemma D'Orazio if it gets there. So Fitzgerald digs into the right-hand batter's box. Mathis will take her time looking to go the distance and to bookend complete game efforts for the Cougars in this series. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. It's 0-1.
Complete game shutout is on the line here for Mackenzie Mathis.
Kendall Thaxton went all the way yesterday. 7 innings, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. And now Mathis is looking to bookend it in even greater fashion. The 0-1. That one's just a touch off the plate. Good eye from Fitzgerald. Count now 1-1.
Riley Cutter yesterday went 5 1/3. And then Izzy Alley came in, got the final 2 outs of the 6th.
So Mathis takes her stroll off the mound. Here's the 1-1. On the hands, popped up right side, foul, out of play, and Hofstra's down to their final strike.
Final strike of this series coming up for Hofstra.
Mathis looking to finish off the 3-hit shutout here. She'll take her time away outside the circle here. Just look to get ready for the ensuing 1-2 pitch. Fitzgerald looking for her 3rd hit. Mathis looking to close the door. The 1-2 pitch. On the hands, fouled away again. So Fitzgerald will see another one.
We're going to do it again here. The 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Mackenzie Fitzgerald.
Mathis taking her time, giving a little bit of signals for a moment. Now she enters the circles and it's about to step on the rubber again. Mathis holds the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got her on the elevated fastball, and Mackenzie Mathis goes the distance. A 3-hit shutout as the Pride suffer a shutout loss to the Cougars. 2-0, the final score from Hempstead as the Cougars win this weekend series.
Tough one from Hofstra today. They got a few good hits, put a lot of contact on the ball, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, the two teams will shake hands on what was a really well-played series. Well, really from both teams had their moments in this series, but today it was all Charleston here as they got the big pitches. They got the timely runs in the 3rd and 4th inning. That ultimately proved to be the difference maker as Hofstra winds up going 1-2 in this series against Charleston in a matchup of two teams that were really neck and neck in the conference standings, and Charleston comes away with the series win in this one.
Yeah, and definitely a heartbreaker for the Pride, especially the 2 losses in this series. They had a great second game of the series, but the first game was definitely a heartbreaker after losing that one, but this is definitely a game that the Pride would like to forget.
Yeah, you mentioned it too, just with the way that they lost that game in the 7th inning, the misplayed fly ball opened the door for that big inning for Charleston to pull out the win. But now here they'll look to wipe the slate clean here over the next couple days. They'll have Easter Sunday off, and now they'll head into the next week of play as they have St. John's next on the docket. That game is on Wednesday in Queens, first pitch at 3, and they'll be the Battle of Long Island coming to Hofstra as Hofstra goes to Stony Brook, and they play a Seawolves team that's been playing very well in the conference standings right now. Heading into this weekend of games, they were 4th in the conference.
Yes, absolutely. Stony Brook is going to be a very tough series for Hofstra as they are 4th in the CAA currently right now. And Hofstra's going to need to bounce back after a tough series here against Charleston. All 3 games, they were definitely in those games, but they just couldn't finish.
And so Hofstra will have a couple of days before going out to non-conference play and coming back into conference on Long Island. So that'll do it for us here at Bill Edwards Stadium. To our entire crew, Chris Lenny, my color commentary partner. My name is Matthew Page. Once again, your final score, Charleston 2, Hofstra 0. This is Matthew Page saying so long. Have a great afternoon. Have a great Easter to all who celebrate. And always remember to roar with pride. Have a great weekend, everybody.